Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. I'm Leo. Today we're going to have a look at a TV review. We're going to be looking at Tour of Duty, the second season. So Tour of Duty is the story of a platoon of US infantrymen serving their tour of duty in Vietnam. The series was actually wrote by a vet from the Vietnam War. And essentially the second season was probably the least popular out of the 3 seasons that ran, and it was a shorter season as well. I believe it was only 16 episodes. Now the decisions were made going into the second season that they wanted to attract more of a broader audience, i.e. a female audience as well. So multiple female characters were introduced, and also it got a bit more soap opera-ish in some of the situations that they had, the kind of the stories that they had were sometimes less about the conflict and action and things, and more about like personal drama, which is fine. And obviously we want to see this. It's just going to be boring if it's all just going to be action. But sometimes it went maybe a bit too soapy. And then they kind of went back to its roots in the third season. But the second season does stand out as the weakest out of the 3. That's not to say that there aren't any good episodes. There are. Let me give you a couple of my personal favourites. Let's have a look. So the first couple of episodes are based in Saigon and dealt with the Tet Offensive. Now I wasn't a huge fan of these ones. I actually prefer it when the action is in the jungle. But there was not a lot of it, unfortunately. They kind of almost just skipped over it, I believe. One of the episodes I liked was called Sleeping Dogs, and this was guest starred Michael Madsen, and essentially he was a rogue sniper that kind of, because of what he does, essentially goes off the deep end and basically turns on his own people, and that was one of the stronger episodes. There's also an episode sort of dealing with the ARVN, which are the sort of the South Vietnamese soldiers, and the grunts, essentially training them and helping them develop, and that was quite a good episode. Let's have a look. And well, probably the last episode as well, I think was quite good. But I'm not going to go too into that because it kind of is quite a big spoiler. There are probably a couple of other ones, but I don't want to spend all with you looking at the actual description of the episodes. So the series as a whole I really like. I think the characterization is pretty good, but the actual stories are more or less average to poor the majority of the time, with a few exceptions of good. So for this particular series, that's in season 2, I have to give this one a 6 out of 10.